Yeah, just 1, 2, 3, clap. However you want to break it off, Coach.
All right, give me one big clap.
Yeah.
Give me one big clap.
Woo!
Get back.
My name is Wong Lam. I should say, welcome back to Defining Moments Podcast. My name is Wong Lam, and today's very special guest, four-time letterman, Michigan State University, the head coach of NXT LVL Wrestling since 2003, probably before that. Either way, he's in the house. Coach Krause, welcome to the podcast.
Thanks for having me, Wong. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you. You just recently had a wrestling clinic here in Blanchard, Oklahoma.
I sure did, yeah.
And you currently live in Michigan.
Correct.
Whereabouts in Michigan?
Right now I live in Livonia, Michigan.
Okay.
Yep, I grew up in Livonia, Michigan. My kids live in Heartland, Michigan. Figure that out. But I live in Livonia, and I travel the nation doing camps and clinics pretty much all year round. I'm home in April and May, so to speak. But once November hits, I do my 50 states tour. Yeah. Doing 2-hour clinics every night. And I got a little thing on my website, Book Like a Boss. I'll be in Ohio, Pennsylvania. I say where I'm going to be. You just click on that link and book me, and there you go. Yeah. In the summer, I just kill 3-day camps.
50 states in a car, in a truck.
In a truck, yeah.
You don't fly.
And my truck's got a new engine in it. It's got new tires. It's got new starter, new alternator. It's pretty much brand new. Yeah. The guts, at least.
A couple of items for you.
I appreciate it.
The gift
of
our podcast is love. Our love language is gift giving.
I love it.
So now you have the official
You should have told me
swag.
I'd have brought you a gift. Oh, I like it. I like it a lot. Nice and soft, too. Soft.
Yeah.
Perfect. Appreciate that, sir.
Absolutely, Coach.
Nice. Oh, hit it there. Undefeated. Tough. I'm not undefeated, but I'm trying to be.
Oh, you're already undefeated.
I love it.
This is good stuff. This is really good stuff. 2 quotes that you talk about.
Yep.
And the first quote is, I might paraphrase it, but I'll let you go ahead.
Okay, well, I'll tell you my quotes. Two of the quotes that I use all the time is the definition of being cool is when you make other people feel cool. I really try to hardwire that into kids' brains during my clinics. Like I said earlier, at the end of every practice, we run a lot of wind sprints or whatnot. And at the end, as they're dying and they're all disheveled and, maybe whimpering a little bit, I'll say, shake someone's hand and tell them they're cool. And they're like, oh, you're cool. And at first it's kind of awkward. They won't say it. I say, open your mouth and say it. And they're like, you're cool. And they're like, oh, you're cool. You're cool. Tell me I'm cool.
You're cool, Coach.
See, there you go. It makes you feel good. It really does. Yeah. And they smile and they get it. And then I talk about it. Yeah. And I say that the definition of being cool is when you make other people feel cool. And it's on my poster, actually. I got my main 8 quotes on my poster. Yeah. So hopefully they sit there and read it sometimes. Mm-hmm. Another quote is pretty simple. It's the championship is won or lost in the practice room. Yeah. And I really hammer the fact that I get crazy in here because I do get crazy. I really do. And I say, you know what, during a match, I actually don't get this crazy. Sometimes I do. But I'm actually more calm. I say, because the championship is won in here. And they're like, what? I say, you got to work your butt off in this room. Mm-hmm. So the actual competition isn't even that hard. And they're like, oh, okay. Yeah, so that's it.
It's so true because I coached boys competitive soccer for 15 years.
That's what I heard. Justin Rose told me that.
Yeah, and so the games, championships are actually lost on the training field. Right. At home. What are you doing at home when no one's watching?
Right, exactly.
Right?
Champions do things when no one's looking.
Yeah.
Nice quote, Wong.
I mean, I feel like a champion now. I'm sitting in the same room. Got the energy going.
All right, there you go.
Man, how'd your day been?
It's been a great day. I'm glad you asked. I woke up at Justin's house at the crack of dawn. I always wake up early. And we went and did 2 workouts. Gosh dang it, his wife is a fantastic, she's not aerobics. It's Pilates and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. It was Pyro. I think it's called Pyro. Yep. And the other one was some kind of C-Rex or something. But anyway, the first one was 20 minutes long. And it was just all that stretch and stuff, that doesn't seem like a big deal. Yeah. But I mean, I can coach wrestling for 8 hours straight. But this was killing me. And the next one actually killed me worse because it was all jumping around doing yoga / some serious stuff. And I kept the beat pretty good. I can dance.
You got some rhythm.
If I have to. Yeah, right, totally. And but I was soaked. I was like, whew, and it really stretched out my hips and everything. So that's what I did this morning. Yeah. Yep.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Justin was telling me about that. Yeah, so the wrestling communities, I feel like there's a lot of wrestlers, but the community is really tight-knit. It's like a fraternity.
It is, man. I mean, even if you're just a dad getting into the loop, when you start going to a couple of these tournaments, you'll start to meet people from other states, and all of a sudden you start to form your own little cult, if you will, Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden, like, you get to the level where you're doing stuff, and then I guess we'll say the national level or whatnot. Everybody knows everybody. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And now with the internet, I mean, I meet guys that I never met before that. They're like, Krause. I'm like, what's up?
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty fun.
Yeah, well, it's kind of like me. I'm not in the wrestling community. However, my friend, Nate Gomez.
Oh yeah,
right? Yeah, He's giving me honorary induction into the.
That's who kind of got me on here. Yeah, Nate. Yeah. You and Nate. Okay.
Yeah.
So you're in the. Welcome to the fraternity, man. You're in, Wong. You're in, dude.
Even though I don't look like a wrestler because I'm not buff like these guys, but man, whatever.
Here, let me just pinch your ear a little bit. Give you a cauliflower ear.
That's right.
You'll be all in, dude. You got a big old. That's all you need.
Oh man! I saw the poster for the Blanchard one. It says "for go-getters only."
That's it. Let's
hear it.
Well, here's the thing. I get countless emails. Oh, is my son old enough? I said, I don't know. Is he? And here's one of my other sticks at camp.
Yeah.
I've got 5 rules, and I'm pretty fun. I think I'm fun. I'm high energy, but I do get really pissed at camps. I really do. And I tell the kids this. Here's my 5 rules. Rule number 1, you got to pay attention. If I catch you looking away when I'm showing technique or picking your nose, and they laugh because they always pick their nose, I say, I'm going to light you up. I'm not mad at you. That's my job. And so you're going to say, thanks, coach. And here's what I do. You got to say it like this. Thanks, coach. Not thanks, coach. Because that's disrespectful. I don't want to be disrespected. Yeah. So anyway, pay attention. Give 100%. Try not to cry. I don't say don't cry. My God, they're 7 years old. Cry. You've got to cry. Cry it up, kid.
Yeah.
But try not to. Rule number 4 is goes for the parents more than the kids. Don't talk when the coach is talking. Parents always talk when I'm talking. I'll just stop the whole camp and say, hey, zip it. Rule number 4, no talking when the coach is. The kids all go, talking. And they go, warning is the warning sign. And it's like, warning. And then they're like, and the parents, usually they roll with it. Sometimes the moms get mad at me for doing that. Oh. And I'm like, hey, you guys got my back? That mom looks pretty pissed, But, and the rule number 5 is called respect. And I go over eye rolling. I go over slow rolling when I call on you, like, oh God,
Yeah.
And so anyway, those are my 5 rules. So you got to follow those rules. If you don't, I light you up.
Yeah.
And you say, thanks, coach. And that's kind of funny because when they say, thanks, coach, I'm like, all right, give them one big clap. And I'm not mad anymore. Yeah. They're like, that was really awkward. He just yelled at me. And I said, thanks, coach. And now we're good to go. That's kind of like, I think it's good coaching. Not like, pay attention. Yeah. And I walk away. The kid's like, what a jerk.
Yeah.
So that's what I do.
So you kind of appreciate when I said, tell Justin, thank you, man. I have another one, sir.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Totally. Yeah. I told him he said that. He's like, oh, it's funny. I'm like, I know it. He gets it. Totally.
What's the biggest thing? Well, let's say, what are a couple biggest things for you when you go to all these different states, all these different kids with different upbringing, socioeconomic backgrounds?
I see it all the time. Sometimes I see kids from, they'll tell me, kids are from a broken home. And I'm like, all right, I get it. Actually, I've yelled at a bunch of kids that were just totally disrespectful. I mean, I'm talking like slow rolling me, whatever, and I stopped the whole camp and I would give it right to them. And I'll say, I'm not your dad. I'm not your mom. I'm not your teacher. I say, I'm your coach. You gotta pull, and here's what I say to him. I say, you pull that stuff at home? I go, yeah, of course you pull that stuff at school, don't you? And the kid goes, yeah. And I'm like, here's the story of that. You can get 89% on all your tests, and if that teacher likes you, she'll give you A-. You get the 90. The teachers will do that. If you're disrespectful, you get the B+. You pull that attitude at work, and guess what? And I go like this, you're fired! And the whole place is like, holy crap, and I'm being serious. And I'm saying, I'm just trying to save you right now. I'm just a coach. I'm just yelling at you, big deal. I'm trying to help you.
Yeah.
And then as the camp goes on, I'll be like, hey, man, you're doing good. And I try to bring the kid back up.
Yeah.
And I've done it dozens of times where the kid wanted to choke me at first. And at the end, he's like, thanks, coach. And I'm like, you're the man, bro. See, I wasn't trying to hurt you. I'm here to help you.
Yeah.
And it's a tough job because some people, I've seen a lot of coaches, and I turn these guys bully coaches. Uh-huh. They just light kids up and just beat them down and then never bring them back up. Mm. And it's like, man, that kid, A, doesn't like you, and B, probably going to quit the sport. Mm-hmm. Probably going to go back to being a bad kid.
Yeah.
So, so I see all kinds of kids, trust me. Yeah. That's why I blanket those 5 rules and I really go into detail and I actually show eye rolling and going, thanks, coach, and there's, what I deem disrespectful. And ever so often, even though I give the example, some kids still does it. And I'll stop the camp and I'll go, oh, you see that? And I'm like, yeah, I saw it, coach. I was like, and then I try to make it a little softer. I say, you probably don't even know you're doing it.
Yeah.
I give them the benefit of the doubt.
That's right.
I say, but you're doing it.
Yeah.
And they're like, and I'm like, there it is again. So anyway, it's a tough road.
Yeah.
To try to actually enforce that rule and life rules as I'm just doing technique and coaching wrestling,
Yeah, well, you're a coach and you have this enormous platform.
Yeah.
You're one of the best coaches in the United States. And this is not just from me reading stuff. It's from I've talked to Schneider, Coach Schneider here in Edmond. I've talked to Gomez.
I paid Schneider.
Oh, you did?
Yeah,
man, I need to pay him some money. Tell him I'm a good podcaster.
$20 a month is all it takes.
Okay. All right, Coach Schneider. $20, $22.
Yeah, it's coming. I appreciate that. He's a fantastic coach. That guy's taking Edmond North, right? Edmond North to high levels, so he knows what he's doing.
Yeah, next level stuff. Just like you 4-year letterman at Michigan State University.
Well, yeah, let me back it up. That's okay. I mean, in the world I live in, I'm dealing with Olympians and stuff, so that's great you say that. Yeah. But I guess the true testament that I say about that right there is, I went to a high school and I started 2 weeks late into the high school season. I started ninth grade, and my buddy Scott Morocco said, "Hey, Krause, you should wrestle, man." I said, "What? That's a real sport?" And he said, I was 112 pounds, and he said, "Well, even if you suck, you still get muscles." And I was like, "I could use some muscles." So I walked in. I was in the National Honor Society, and I walked in and watched the practice. 2 weeks late in the season, they're already practicing, and I remember the coach goes, "What are you doing?" I was like, "Well, I'm just watching." He goes, "Well, get in here." I said, "Well, I'm playing baseball." He goes, "Baseball's next season." And right there, I could have been like, "Later, dude," but I was like, this guy's right. So I went down and got my gym clothes on, went in there and just got my ass totally kicked. No one slowed it down for me. I didn't know what was going on. And I went to the locker room, we're taking showers, we got done, and I was like, "Krause, you wrestling? I was like, "I don't know, man. I don't think so. I don't know." Because I couldn't commit to that, because that was just a horrible deal. But I was so mad. And this is why I really truly feel, I'm not a normal person, because I went home that night and I was like, "Gosh, dang it. Hey, Mom, I need a pair of wrestling shoes." She goes, "Well, why is that, Michael?" I said, "I'm going to be a wrestler, man." Yeah. She was like, "Okay." And so my point is, I was the first All-State kid in the history of our whole program, because I had desire. I really did. I mean, this is something I really do I think I'm proud of this. Yeah. I took fourth. I should have won it, one of those deals, but I learned a ton. I had a bunch of little scholarships. I was a pretty smart person. I didn't, my mom and dad went to Michigan State, so I was going there anyway. So I got a recruiting trip. I walked on to Michigan State. And if you've ever been in a D1 room where you didn't really belong in there in the begining, it is not a pleasant first year. I'm talking just walking in to just get smoked every, you name it. It was, I saw 3-time state champs quit all around me, because it's humbling. It's like you don't even know how to play. It's like, I don't know how soccer goes. I'm sure you go to the next level. You're like, these guys are fast. Oh my God, I don't play soccer anymore. That's what it was like in wrestling. But I persevered, man. I didn't quit. I was like, I'm going to learn this stuff. And they gave me a tuition scholarship. And I was, I made the lineup every 4 years. And I got great stories. And I wrestled in the Big Tens twice. And wow. And it was just, and I never really realized how cool it was to be wrestling like against Iowa when Brands and those guys were on the team. And Brian Dolphin, all these big name guys now while I was doing it. But now I'm like, I did that. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I did. Yeah. Well, Big Ten wrestling is amazing, because you get Penn State's in there too, right? Yeah. Yeah. Ugh. Back when I was there, my senior year, the top 8 guys in the nation were my weight in the Big Ten. Whew. Big Ten was fun. Dang. Yeah, I know it. But it was great, but it was like, oof. Yeah. How about Oklahoma State's wrestling program? I heard they're pretty good. Oh my gosh, I love John Smith. Kirk Smith, I do a couple camps with him and Dayton Fix and Nick Piccinini and Joe Smith. And the camp got canceled this year. Frank Papalizio puts it on over in New York. And when I still see John Smith, I'm still like, "Oh my God, it's John Smith. What's up, John Smith?" I wish I was John Smith. He's not. I'm walking. You're still freaking me out. It's Wong. Oh my God, I'm doing it. But John Smith, what a great ambassador for our sport. And he knows the power he has. Like when he sees people, he's like, he knows just to talk to somebody and they're like, "Oh my God, I talk." He gets it, man. He's a great dude. Yeah. Yeah. I saw a couple of your YouTube videos, a few of them actually. And then there's one you did during the whole COVID. It was back in April. And he's like, we're going to get back on the road. I'm going to get back on the road. I'm thinking June it's going to happen. And here we are. Yeah, exactly. You called it. Yeah, well, this is the COVID thing. All my June ones were got pushed to August and preseason. And all the states that got opened up were like, "Come on in." So I'm like, I didn't miss a beat. So I'm fired up. That's why I'm here. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. What has wrestling taught you? Wrestling has taught me mental strength. I mean, this is the biggest thing I tell kids you get from this sport. I mean, basically our sport is you walk into a room and for 2 hours plus a day, you basically fight. We're fighting each other. Yeah. I mean, if that's not adversity, I don't know what is. Yeah. And I'm not knocking baseball, because I played baseball my whole life too. Right. And baseball is more fun, But I didn't learn anything from baseball. Yeah. Any life skills, any mental strength, any work ethic. I mean, I tell this story too to my campers. I got about 4 stories where I tell them, "Guys, I'm going to tell you right now, I have superpowers. And I'm not being funny. I can't fly. I can't, I could probably go through a brick wall, but I'm not talking that. But I'm telling you this. I'm a construction major. I used to have a demolition team. We used to rip down mall stores, and we haul all the mall stores to the dumpsters. All right, seriously. And so in mall stores, they put the dumpster at the very end of the perimeter of the parking lot. So you got to march a mile, basically. Yeah. So basically, for 3, 4, 7 days, we're basically sweating like crazy, hauling big, huge gray gondolas full of metal studs and drywall and ceiling tile, whatever we have to do, like we're Conan the Barbarian, across the friggin'. And that's what I do. I used to think I was Conan. I used to pretend, because I'm soaked with sweat.
Awesome. Yeah.
And I used to love doing it because it was a workout. Mm-hmm. So my point being, I tell the kids, there was a couple of guys that worked with me or worked for me, but I would say with me, and it was 9, 10. And we were going through the parking lot, and they were like, Krause, we need a break. And I was like, come on, guys. Well, I know these gondolas. It'll be 9:30. That's break time. Mm. And they're like, come on, Krause, we need a break right now. And I was like, come on, guys. And here's where it comes. They go, Krause, we're not like you, man. And I was like, and I go, and I tell the kids, I could have teased them, but I'm a leader, not a teaser. And I understood that I actually broke these guys with just doing what I normally do. Mm-hmm. I mean, this is what wrestlers can do. One little quick more story. My buddy Treeweiler, his mom. We were in a bunch of wrestlers came over. Chris Henderson, Treeweiler, me. I think it was Robert Flanders, and his dad did this. He laid a bunch of sledgehammers all around this sidewalk. He wanted broken up. Yeah, just laid them down there. We all got there. We're like, "What's this for?" I'm gonna think about breaking it up tomorrow. We're like, "What?" We just picked them up, started smashing the. Yeah. We just went to work. Yeah. And he was like, I knew you guys would do that. We're like, we just did it.
That's right.
We didn't care. Yeah. We get to the competition. Yeah. Smashing up cement. Who wants in? I'll do it.
That's right.
And that's what you get out of the sport.
That's awesome.
It really is.
Yeah. It's like either you're a contender, a pretender, or you're a cellar dweller.
Right.
Take your pick. I'm going to contend, and I'm going to win.
Exactly.
Yeah. Mental toughness. How do you practice that? Do you practice it?
I do. I'm one of the few guys, I think, and let me back it up. That's a great question. I've got drills that I do during practice. They're mental drills. I'll say, who's tired? You got to say, not me. Who's tired?
Not me.
Who's tired?
Not me.
I don't believe it. Who's tired?
Not me, coach.
No one's louder than me. Be louder than me. Who's tired? Not me.
Gotcha.
And I got little kids coming in my face saying, not me, not me. I'm like, perfect. And that drill takes a while to get going. Yeah. But man, when I get them really tired, you know how it is. You get your soccer players tired. They'll do anything you want. They'll get, once you get these kids started in practice, and I'm like, seriously, I'm going to ask a dumb question. Who's tired? And I got little kids going, not me. And I'm like, this is beautiful, man. It's such a simple little drill. And I'll have kids go, who's tired? Not me, not me. And I'll stop and go, you can say, not me, not me. I get it. It's weird yelling in practice. I said, but when you can yell, not me, like you really are pissed, you're getting more mentally strong. Yeah. Simple other drills I do. And even the girls in the room, I say, who's the man? I'm the man. I don't believe you. Who's the man? I'm the man. And I tell the girls, it's just figure of speech. You can say it too,
Absolutely.
Yeah, but I mean, I do callback drills, mental callback drills. Mm-hmm. And those are two of my simplest ones. Yeah. And I'm like, man, I got to take that not being tired into life, and you're the man. Yeah. I really do like positively brainwash them at an early age.
That's awesome.
Because I mean, I had my Team Shamrock Club for 10 years or so. Yeah. And I look at some of those old pictures, and every little twerp in that picture became somebody tough in high school. Yeah, all state champ. Yeah. And they all didn't go to Catholic Central. They all went to other schools. Yeah. And I kept thinking, man, I realize I'm a decent coach and I'm showing great technique, but how did it happen? And I really do think it's the mental drills. Me walking around going, who's tough? I'm tough. Who's tough? I'm tough. I'm just checking. Making them say it. Yeah. Yes.
I love that. Yeah. I practice the internal voice, the talk. Like, so my thought is, if I tell myself, let's say I'm tough, then I'm tough, and then that's my maximum potential. So if I was like, oh yeah, today's an okay day, well, that's my maximum potential because today is just an okay day. Right. So today's either gonna be good, right, or it's gonna be great. Right. But it can't be like, oh, it's okay.
Right. Do you ever do self-talk? Do you ever mumble to yourself? You're walking around the house? That's what I do too. I do too. Yeah. Yeah. Oh. Right. Well, my ex-wife used to be like, who are you talking to? And I'm like this, I'm just talking, relax. Yeah. I'm either practicing coaching or I'm just talking to myself, trying to fire myself up. Seriously. I'm not a weirdo. I'm just talking to myself.
Yeah. I have to fire myself up. Right. Because there's times I'll be like, okay, Margie says 12 reps. And so if I do 12, then that's just Bare minimum.
Right.
Get to 13. Get to 14 because you can. It's in you.
Yeah. That's funny you say that too. Like, you know, a lot of coaches will do, all right, everybody do, we're practicing techniques, you know, we're doing takedowns. They'll say, do 5 apiece. And if you ever give them a number, they'll stop and look at you. I'm like, hey, quick, just keep going, will you? Yeah. Do 1,000,000. How's that? How many, coach? 1,000,000. I can't count that. They stop and just, you done? Keep going, bro. Keep working, kid. Your quota's not in. You're never really done.
There's no finish line.
Oh, there isn't.
Yeah, there's just checkpoints in life. Right. Next up, please.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Man, if you look back in your life, what's something that you believed in, let's say 5-10 years ago,
gotcha,
and fast forward to today, is your belief just as strong, stronger, or not as strong?
Oh, man, that's a tough one. So something I believed in a while ago that I still believe in today, that I still believe in today as far as coaching wrestling and just life. Yeah, let me think. Well, I mean, it's the old cliche, the process. I mean, the biggest thing I have with the youth dads and moms, my kid doesn't get it. I always tell them, you gotta. I mean, soccer is a process. Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm gonna say, baseball is a process, but but with baseball, I'll say baseball because I play baseball. You know, you can fumble through it, but it's like, you know, you're not discouraged because, you know, I don't think you're as discouraged as wrestling.
Right.
Because it's like a team sport type thing. But with wrestling, you get immediate success or immediate failure because it's just you on the mat and you're basically naked in a singlet wrestling the kid from Jerktown, you know?
True.
So, I mean, I guess I always believe in this. It takes 3 years to get your swagger out. At least think you know what you're doing. Yeah. You don't, but at least you think you do.
Right.
So I believe in the process of anything. I believe in the process of wrestling. I believe in the process of life, you know? So yeah, and I was just telling the guy here at the guitar store, I said, I'm a hack guitar player, and I know it's a process, but dang, it's a tough process. So I got my licks down, you know, but I quit playing a while back, but I want to get it going again.
Yeah.
And I got to believe in the guitar process.
Right.
But so I guess if I believe in something, it's that things take time, and and one thing I always say in practice too, true or false, everything has technique. True. And the kids got to yell true. And once that finally sinks in, everything you do in life, you realize this has technique to it. What do I do? You're a great you're a technician. I can tell you got technique and everything. You're a technician. When I go through Taco Bell and I see some little 16-year-old kid whip together my soft taco supreme like this and go, I'm like, that was sick technique. And the kid's like, and he knows. He didn't go. That's awesome. He didn't go, oh, tomato, lettuce. Yeah. That's technique.
Man.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. You talk about technique and fundamentals a lot. I see it on your posts. I've seen it on your posters. I've seen it just in your tweets. Why do you believe in your technique so much?
My technique?
Just
technique in general?
Yeah.
Well, because you got to be efficient. I mean, everything you do, and I'll fall back on this one. People that work on the line, the assembly line, man, those people have mental strength. Mm-hmm. I mean, back in the 80s, they made big bucks. I hope they still make big bucks because that's a grueling job.
Yeah.
If you're the nut and bolt person, say on the tire, you're not going to go 1, 2, 3. You know, where's the next bolt? You're like over and over. You got to be efficient, or you're done.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever you want to be great at, whatever it is, has technique.
Yeah.
You know, so you figure out that technique, you put your own personality on it, and you're the man. You know, that's what you got to do.
I like that. Yeah, that's so interesting because I feel like my mom, her mental toughness is beyond it's just insane. And she worked when she came over here off of a boat, obviously, and she worked at a factory here in Oklahoma City for like 20 years. That's where she started, and that's where she ended up retiring from. But I mean, you talk about mental toughness and the heat and the cold and the matter.
Every day. 8-10 hours doing the same remedial thing, but you're getting paid big bucks. But that's your job. Yeah. And if someone's watching you too, you're too slow. I give those people a ton of respect. Yeah. Seriously.
Yeah. And you talk about the details. Is my mom would always say, hey, I want the house clean. I want this dusted off. And if you didn't have it done, so if I dusted around the jar instead of lifting up the jar, my mom would know.
Yeah, right.
She'd be like,
what's up? Yeah, slacker.
That's all you had. She had to do, and that's all needed to happen one time.
Do it right the first way. Wong, back to your room.
Yeah. Well, back to the room, or there are times it's like,
I was raised by a wooden spoon.
Yeah.
My mom's 4'10".
Yeah.
To me, she's 6'10".
4'10" too.
Yeah, that's up. Short. Hey, short moms bring heat. Heat on 3. 1, 2, 3. Heat. That was for you, Mom.
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My mom would be like this. We have 2 brothers, and we were fairly good kids.
Yeah.
We got the wooden spoon sometimes. My mom hates when I talk about this, but I love it.
Yeah.
It made me tough, Pull them down. Or whack. Oh.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
And she wouldn't stop until you're crying, so we just started crying right away. Act like we're dying. Go upstairs. That didn't hurt. That didn't hurt. That didn't hurt. That hurt you. It hurt me. I was faking it too.
Oh man.
Yeah.
What are a couple of their moments that we call them defining moments?
Oh yeah.
That helped shape your life, maybe wrestling, etc.
Okay. Well, let me think. I mean, what really got me into this right here, being a clinician, but let me back it up. I went to a clinic one time. My buddy Roy Hall, he coached Metcalf, Downhill Reader. He's the Davidson head coach. Mm-hmm. He was having some big camps and clinics. This is probably like 94 or 5 or 3 or something. He brought in Dan Wernsberger. He's our good buddy. He coaches at Buck. He's the head coach at Bucknell.
Okay.
And Dan got up there and talked in front of the kids. And I'm thinking to myself, man, how's he doing that? I mean, seriously, it was beyond me to get up there and say things that were important or have something to say. Mm-hmm. Now I'm like, but seriously, I was impressed by that. I was like, that really moved me. So I'm like, I like to do that. And so I was coaching at the time, but I wasn't doing clinics. I wasn't doing mass talks to kids and being motivational, so to speak. Mm-hmm. So then I was working at Cliff Keen Athletic, and I had my Bring It shirt. I've seen that my Technique T-shirt, where and I did a little video for that. And I was always going out to Tulsa and Reno with Jack Roller and those guys. I was being the Cliff King guy. And Shane Roller does a pre-clinic for all the kids. And this one was actually in West Virginia. They did it a couple years. And Shane couldn't make it. He was fighting UFC. And he called me. He said, Krause, man, I can't make this clinic. And he goes, I know you can coach and stuff. And can you do the clinic? I was like, sure, it's great. I'll do it. So I get there and like 55 kids show up. And I went into Coach Krause mode, which no one's ever seen before. Yeah. And I had them all running around doing my things, jumping up and saying things. And the best part was there was like 60 coaches standing around, It's like I was impressed. Yeah. And that right there shot me into clinic world. Wow. Because Justin Rosen here said, come do a clinic at my place. Other coaches said, come do a clinic at my place. And I was like this, what the hell is a clinic? Yeah. What do you do there? What do I do? What do I do? What do I charge? So that moment right there shot me into where I'm at right now, Man. Yeah, so that was pretty good. I never would have got into this.
Wow. Do you think your just upbringing, we talk about mental toughness, from baseball to wrestling, that moment shifted into this moment?
Well, I've always been a natural coach. Yeah. I mean, even when I was on Michigan State's team, I walked on. Yeah. And then when I got a scholarship, you're one of the cool guys, whatever. Yeah. And anybody that would walk on, I took them under my wing. I told them, I said, man, you guys got to persevere, man. You're not getting paid any money to do this. You're missing classes, probably.
Yeah,
if you go to other tournaments, and you're not getting treated like all the cool dudes. I get it, man. Yeah. And my buddy James always called them the All Krause team. And I took pride in that. Yeah. I was like, these are my guys, man. Yeah. They might not make it through, but someone's got to have someone pumping them up. Mm-hmm. Because D1 athletics is no joke as far as no one's handing out hugs. Yeah. No one's handing out hugs at the door. Yeah. Telling you it's going to be okay. They're trying to kick your ass and get you off the team if you have, you're trying to get their money. Yeah. So, so I've always had it in me. So that, I think my whole personality and who I am, and I think that God put me on this earth to be a man made for others, so to speak. I really think that when given the opportunity to be a clinic guy, I was like, this is something I want to do. Yeah. And let me tell you, the first 2 years wasn't roses and rainbows. Who's this Krause guy? Who's this guy? What do you, didn't have a pay structure, didn't know what to do. Mm-hmm. Some camps were negative money because I had to fly out there and get a hotel myself. You know what I'm saying? So now I got my game down and, internet's blew me up. So I'm good.
Man.
Yeah.
50 states.
Oh, I haven't done that's my marketing model. I haven't done Hawaii yet or Alaska, but they keep calling. But Hawaii, Alaska, where are you at?
Yeah, where are you at?
My man Shannon Fortune, you're out there always talking about bringing me to Alaska. I want to go to Alaska. Yeah. Yeah, but, and Hawaii is big at wrestling, too. Mm-hmm. They got a ton of wrestlers out there. Yeah. I was going to go there and sort of set up a mat, so he wants a clinic. You know what I'm saying? Just
Why not?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's a great idea. Yeah. Just post up there for a couple weeks.
You know what's fun now, though, being where I'm at now? I can just take a vacation and just say, hey, I'm over in, and people are like, hey, you can do a clinic. So I just go do a clinic.
That's cool.
Warm up. And, charge $20 a kid. 80 kids show up. I'm like, thank you too. Yeah. Free vacation, It's
fun. Maybe we'll send this to the Hawaiians.
That's wrestling. What I'm saying. Luis, they're all out. I know these guys. They have a great team. The girls team is tough. They're all tough. Man, let's go together.
Oh,
Wong and Krause.
Yeah, I'll be the mat maid.
You be soccer guy.
I'm the mat maid.
We'll have a soccer outside, wrestling on the inside. Can't be beat.
You can't be beat on the sock on the outside.
That's what I'm saying.
God. Let's think about that. Let's make it work.
Dude, soccer's a big time deal. This is a way bigger sport than wrestling, as far as the kids.
Yeah, I guess so. I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As far as I know, it's I think 600,000 youth, maybe 700,000 youth, 300,000 high school, and 3,000 college. That's it. And maybe more now because girls are killing it for us.
Yeah.
Killing it for us.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
It's coming on strong here in Oklahoma too.
Oh, unbelievable.
Yeah. It's good stuff.
Michigan has their own girls' state tournament now. It's beautiful.
That's awesome.
And back in the day when it was girls versus boys, we'll say the heavier girls, whatever, couldn't wrestle boys. They'd get crushed, egos got involved. But now it's girls versus girls. Let's do it.
Yep.
It's beautiful.
Yeah. I think the state of Oklahoma has high school wrestling and I think collegiate wrestling too for women.
Oh yeah, they got the Oklahoma Stars.
Sure
Yeah. One of the biggest, one of the best colleges out there.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah, it's good stuff. When you look back on your life, let's just say, I don't know, however long, what are some questions you wish people would ask you, but no one ever does?
Questions they would ask me, no one ever does? Well, they asked me some pretty good ones. Let me think.
But you wish someone would ask you.
Let me think. They wish they would ask me. Man, how about, here's something that's good. Okay, I think they want to. You should know where I get the confidence to do this stuff, because I see a lot of guys that do these things, and you can tell, they just, because I exude the confidence when I'm doing a clinic. I really do, and it's not arrogance.
Right.
All right. I mean, I know what I know, and I took that from. I took a little piece of that from Kerry Colette. When that dude's doing a clinic, you're like, whatever you say, Kerry, you're the man. And we all take little things from everybody we see,
Yeah,
we really do. And the reason I got this way is I wasn't all world in college. So who am I to be doing a camp with the Burrows and these guys? Well, guess what? I am that guy now. You know what I'm saying? And I get it from when I was working with these guys and I was selling gear and I'm traveling the nation and I was a D1 wrestler, but I know these guys and I'm hobnobbing with the big. It's kind of like when you're becoming a cool guy. In the wrestling as a wrestler. How does that happen? Well, first you're a nobody. Then you're working out with the cool guys. And also you're still getting your butt kicked. But now you say to yourself, well, I'm working out with the cool guys that are national champs. Maybe I should be a cool guy. You start to build your mindset. You build your confidence. And then you go to tournaments with the cool guys. And then you're starting to place. So you got to hang out with those elite level guys in order to have the confidence to be one of those guys. Yeah. And that's what I've done. I mean, I've given major talks in front of, with Mark Ironside, and he's an all-world guy from Iowa. Yeah. I've done clinics with Dan Gable now, and Jordan Burroughs, and Bo Nickel, and Ben Askren, all these the biggest name guys there are, Yeah. And and let me tell you this. If you think you're good at coaching something, could you do? I mean, you could do this, but they put you in a room with Pele. Is Pele good to you?
Oh yeah,
He's still around.
He's somewhere.
Well,
somewhere.
How about the biggest name soccer guy? Hey, Wong, you're up with who's
Cristiano Ronaldo.
That guy. You and that guy in a room together. Yeah. And you're going first, showing your best soccer drills, ready to go in front of 400 coaches. Yeah. Is that a little intimidating? I would think. Maybe.
Oh yeah. Yeah. It's like
they did that to
Tiger
me.
Woods or something.
Yeah, I love Tiger Woods. They did that to me. I'm a golfer too, by the way.
Oh, okay.
They did that to me. One of my first things, Frank Popolizio brings me out to New York, and I'm with Kerry Colette, and he goes, oh, by the way, you're going to be in the room over there in about an hour doing a coaching clinic with Kerry, and about 50 coaches, and these coaches are all from New York and New Jersey. Yeah. They look like they're from mafia, you know what I'm saying? They all look like they knew way more than I did about wrestling. And I was like, oh my, and here's Kerry hanging out, going next, right in the same room. And I'm like, oh, you think you're good? You gotta, so I just manned up and did it. They gave me 20 kids and I crushed the practice. In fact, I was trying to roll with Kerry. And one thing I learned when I was a kid, I liked when the clinicians jawed back and forth. So I'm thinking, should I jaw back and forth with Kerry Colette? I was like, so I used his terminology. I was going chest to knee, chest to what? Chest to knee. And I wasn't that right, Colette? And he goes, that's right. And I'm thinking, that's all you got for me, But anyway, so that's what I did. I got thrown into the fire.
That's awesome.
Let's see what you got, dude. Oh. So I just rose up and I got the confidence. I mean, it really is. It's not easy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That's what you do.
My question was going to say, where do you get this energy? But now I know.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm naturally hyper.
Are you?
And when I get around someone, that guy has the same energy I do, and wants to talk about the same stuff.
Yeah.
You know, it's a funny story. The other day at the camp, I got done and I went to dinner with the coach, and the coach brought his nephew, and we're sitting there eating a nice steak dinner, just having a nice conversation.
Yeah.
The kid goes, "You're a lot different than at practice." I'm like, "What do you want me to do? You start yelling stuff on 3 here? You start yelling at the waitress?" He's a little innocent kid. "You're a lot different than practice." I'm like, "Well, I would hope so. That guy'd be a little weird, wouldn't he?" Running around, "Hey, pick it up, pick it up."
That's funny.
It was funny.
That's actually really interesting, just because when I played soccer when I was younger, and I had coaches who would just push me. Those are the greatest coaches that would just push you. And then you go out to eat with them, and they're just totally different.
Yeah, they're their own people.
Man.
Yeah.
You know, you used to yell at us, and you're not yelling at whomever now.
Yeah.
The gas attendant.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that was Coach Krause. This is Mike Krause.
Yeah. It was like my mom when she's on the phone with a friend back when I was younger. She'd be like, "Oh, hey, blah, blah, blah." And if I smart off, I'd say something. She's like,
yeah, right.
Oh, all right.
I love it.
If you were in my chair and you're interviewing yourself.
Right. Oh, boy.
What would you ask yourself?
What would I ask myself?
Maybe a couple things.
Let me think here now. Geez, oh, Pete. I would say, oh, boy. I'm thinking, what do I know about Krause? Well, I've got things that I got big irons in the fire, but let me think. How about I would ask me what was my greatest product of a wrestler as a kid?
Yeah,
because I'll tell you who it is.
Let's hear it.
I've mass coached tons of kids, and there's a lot of clinicians out there that say, "Oh, this guy's my guy." I don't claim anybody to be my guy. But I've coached kids for 7 or 8 years as youth, so they're my guy. But the high school coach obviously does his job too.
For sure.
Mitch Hancock does a great job. He takes kids and just, even the guys I fed guys in the area were great coaches, but kids excelled. Anyway, there was one kid. His name was John Hawkins. He was homeschooled, and I truly was his only coach for like 8 years. The kid was really good. One of my best wrestlers. A very quiet kid. My dad had like 10 kids in the family. And this kid went to high school and didn't wrestle because he was homeschooled. But his senior year, his dad's like, "Hey, we're having an opportunity to take some college classes at West Bloomfield. Do you think we should wrestle?" I said, "Do I think you should wrestle?" "Yes." "Well, he's been a little rusty." I said, "He's not rusty. He is not rusty. Get him out there, man." And this kid went out there, and my buddy Danny Rapal was his coach. And he's like, "Man, this kid's good." I said, "That's my guy. That's the only guy I can say is my guy. He's never been anywhere else with me. So that's my guy, period." I can say that,
That's awesome.
With all honesty. And the kid took 6th in the state. And he actually lost in the semifinals to another one of our club kids, Dan Gibson. I said, "Gibson, why'd you got to pin Hawkins, man? You just could have let him." He's like, "Oh, I'm sorry." It was kind of funny. Yeah. The high school state meet in Michigan, so it looks like a bunch of my guys are. It looks like Team Shamford is Team Shamford. All the brackets are full of my guys. It really is. I'm like, this warms my soul,
That's
to see
great
those kids
stuff.
Kicking butt. But that's one thing I want people to know, that I only claimed one guy, and he kicked butt his senior year. 1 year in high school, took 6th. And he looked good too. He looked good. He had swagger going. He looked like me. He looked like me because I coached him. I was like, that's like me.
Yeah. That's my guy.
That's my guy.
That's my guy.
That's my guy. Don't tell me any different. No one's complaining because no one else know who he was.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Does anything piss you off, Coach?
Piss me off, yeah. Disrespect. That's what really makes me mad. And at clinics, that's why I go over it in detail. And I can sincerely get mad. I mean, I've thrown kids out of clinics before. I hate to do it, but 3 strikes and you got to go.
Yeah.
And typically, it's the coach's kid who doesn't think that I'm any good, this and that. And I mean, 9 times out of 13 is the coach's kid. Yeah, or the dad's a really good wrestler, and who am I to tell him something different? And that just want to rocket punch that kid. But the best thing you can do, this is a tip for parents. The best thing you can do when your kid goes see somebody is talk good about that person. I'm not going to let you down. I don't care who it is. If the guy flops on his face and is a jerk to your kid, then it's a whole new story. I'm never a jerk to any kids. I might poke them and razz them and give them a funny nickname. That's one thing I do too.
Good.
But I know exactly what the parents are saying about me when a kid talks to me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I've had some kid go, "You're the best coach in the world."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Oh, thanks, buddy. I appreciate that." And I always say this: "I'm the second best coach. Your coach is the best. I'm backup."
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh, okay." But I mean, so that's my tip to parents: pump the guy up so your kid has more respect for them, and maybe get more out of the seminar or the clinic or whatever it is.
Yeah.
You know, because if you send that kid with negative attitude, it's just going to be.
That's so great.
It's just
That's so great. It's like having a parent do research on the coach before you send them out there.
Exactly.
Do some research. How about that?
I got a story to tell you.
Let's hear it.
I'm not going to say this. I've told this story before because anyway, there's a big clinic. 80 kids show up. It was during my 40 states tour. We'll just say East Coast. And I'm sitting there and I'm getting in the coach. They always want to introduce me. I'm like, all right, go ahead. I used to just start by myself, But the guy's like, this is Coach Krause. He's done this, 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 and this. He's rattling off all these coaching credentials. I'm like, that's cool. I appreciate it. That's why I've done that. Yeah. That's me. And then he goes, now pay attention to him now, because he's kind of scary. I was like, I'm scary.
After all that.
I go, you call me scary? I was like, that's weird. I was like, really? So I walked out there. I was kind of like perplexed. I was like, here's the deal, guys. I'm not scary. You do what I say, we're going to get along fine. And so my point being is during that clinic, the kids were going nuts. Though. Who's telling not me? Who's the man? I'm the man. I got them all crazy. And at the end of practice, when I bring them in, I always do this. And this is a coaching tip too. I always don't like when coaches go, practice is over. Bring them in and have a talk. I always call it words of wisdom. So they're all sitting there, you're standing up. And if anyone's standing up with me, I call on you. I got that from Mitch Hancock. If you're standing up, I'll say, Coach Wong, what do you got? And you say something profound. Or you say, I got nothing. Some guys do. But the kids were all talking tough. And I say, in this room we talk cocky. Outside this room we're humble pie. Who wants to talk tough? And I'll say, Wong, why are you so tough?
Hard work works here.
Give back. Give him one big clap. So that's perfect. That's perfect. We'll give that kid one big clap. I'll probably go nuts for that one. I'm tough because I beat up my sister. Oh, whatever, kid. One big clap. You get it. But anyway, I got to this coach. I said, Coach, what do you got for him? He goes, well, obviously we figured out that we can work the kids a little harder. See? Yeah. Point being, a lot of people think that little kids need to be talked to like little kids. Do you like going to the doctor when the nurse is like, okay, now step on the scale, Mr. Wong. Step on the scale. Okay. They're taught to talk to you like at a first grade level. Yeah. And it just irritates the crap out of me. Mm-hmm. So I tell the kids, I treat you like little adults. Is that okay? Yeah. Is that okay? Yeah. And so, I give them respect. And so I think that guy was more of all right, kids, we're just going to get a little rough about do 5 push-ups. Yeah. You're not making anybody tough there. I just think, I don't know how I didn't see him coach, but that's what I was getting out of that. Yeah. You got to push those little guys.
100%.
102%.
There you go. You give me 100%, I'll give you 135%.
Let's do it. 140.
I love it.
Yep.
What are your morning habits? Do you have good morning habits?
I just get up early. I'm going to bed early. I don't drink any beers on the road. When I'm home, I might, but that's my thing because I go to bed early. I go to bed about 10. I start to fade off at 10. Take a Benadryl. That's my routine. Okay. Wake up at probably sometimes 5:30, sometimes 6, sometimes 7 at the latest. Yeah. Get up and just start doing stuff. I'm at a hotel typically, so I'll pop on the news, start walking around, get a coffee, 2 coffees. Is my limit. That's my limit. Okay. Yeah, really. And then I just get fired up. Usually 10 o'clock is the start time. Okay. So I hit the mats, feeling good, ready to rock and roll. And let me back it up. Let me tell you another story since I just thought about that. When I used to work at the office, when I was an office guy, I would walk in on Mondays like that, ready to go, hit the floor running, making phone calls, whatever it was. And everybody that worked there would do this. Oh, guys, Monday. I had a case of the Mondays. Oh, so I got to need a coffee. And for 20 minutes. And there's mostly women. I don't know if there's dudes too, but so I was brand new there, so I didn't want to be a crazy person. So after about a month, I started walking on Monday going like this. It's game day. Like I would say that, and everyone laughed at me and like, oh, he's crazy Mike. He's a wrestler. It's game day. So I did that every Monday, and I kid you not, I had those people in that office after about a month or two going game day. First they were mocking it, but then they were just bought in. Yeah. It's game day, and we hit the thing running, and I swear. The higher ups never caught wind of that. They know, good job, Mike. I didn't care. Yeah. But here's the deal, man. Good attitude's contagious. Bad attitude misery loves company. And so they all love the company. Oh, it's a month. I changed that around with hitting the floor running like I do every day. Yeah. So simple stuff, but you got to do it.
Yeah. Oh man, I'm not quite on your level. However, when I go to work, let's say I walk by. Let's throw someone's name out there.
Bob.
Jonathan. Yeah, Bob. Bob. Hey, how's your morning? Good. Bob. Seriously, how's your morning? Is it good?
It's great.
Yeah. He's like, oh, it's okay. All right, next up.
Yeah, right. Oh my God.
Dude.
Attitude. There's two things you can control in your life. Your attitude and your effort.
Yeah.
Bob, your effort sucks. And your attitude sucks too. Beat it. Fired. Eject. Yeah, seriously.
Eye contact, Bob.
Oh, man. That's another thing too, with my whole tell someone they're cool, you're cool. That's a handshake drill.
Yeah.
We're all doing handshake drills. Most of the kids can't do it, but we're just practicing handshake and eye contact.
Yeah.
You got these kids do this. Good to see you. Like that was a little overboard, but I'll take it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
It's better than this. Well, hi, coach. How you doing?
The finger, Jack, the finger. I do this. I'll go reshake, reshake. I call for the reshake. If it's a bad handshake, I call it. I don't even care if I don't know you. Reshake. What? I say you grab my fingers, weirdo.
Give me that. Man, size handshake.
Thumb to thumb. Right.
Love it. How do you deal with negativity?
Negativity? Well, I don't beat the whole I can't thing, but that's an easy thing to say to kids. But I just try to pump kids up, man. If kids are down, I mean, some kids. I had one kid the other practice. Where were we? We're in Indiana. He was all down on himself. I'll show new techniques, and I have them down because I've done them forever. But if we're doing like a Jane Cox arm drag swing single, it's hard to do. There's a whole bunch of motion going involved in this. Hands have certain jobs, and you're not going to get it. This kid was a high level wrestler, couldn't get it. And he was all about, I was like, relax. I go, I know you're your own worst critic. Yeah. I said, but quit acting like you're dying because you can't get this. That's killing me, man. Mm-hmm. He's like, okay. I said, be mad, that's fine, but don't let me see it. I mean, at least they go back at it like with a good attitude. Oh, I get it. I said, there you go, buddy. Mm. Yeah, I mean, people are negative. People love being negative, and like I said earlier, misery loves company.
Yeah.
Oh my God, my back's killing me. Wong, is your back killing you? Is your back killing you?
It's your confidence, man. Actually.
Hell, I'm so good. It's just confidence, not arrogance.
It's like, hey, Wong, you gonna play soccer? Man, I can't do. I strained my confidence last week. I can't play this week.
I can't play. Well, give me that ball, Wong. I'm all like, elbowing people down. You can't do that, Mike.
What piece of advice would you give your younger self?
My younger self? Oh man, I maybe just I wish I'm doing what I'm doing now, like as far as my next step. Wish I would have done it like years ago. I mean, I'm 50, so my ticker's, my timer's going.
50?
I'm 50.
No way.
50 years old. 50 push-ups. That's another thing I do. I practice.
Man.
I have a game that I play.
Yeah?
The game is how old are you? When I incorporate it right in the beginning, we're doing push-ups, and I'll say, how old are you? I go, the answer's old enough. How old are you? Old enough. So these little kids, old enough, little 6-year-olds. I says, when I come around and ask you your age, you better say old enough. If you tell me your age, you do that many push-ups. Like, okay. And they usually forget. And I'll say, how old are you? The kid's like 10 push-ups. Oh. And after 3 days, I'll find the littlest kid that totally gets it. How old are you? He goes, old enough. I'm like, perfect. Give one day clap. So I positive brainwashed him and saying, you're old enough to do follow these rules. You're old enough to be here. Yeah, so that's another mental drill.
I love it.
Convince them they're old enough.
Yeah.
It really is a beautiful thing. Like a little 7-year-old Johnny yelled, old enough.
Man, so maybe I need to go on tour with you because you look like you're about 40,
well,
38, 40. So I was like, man, I need to go on tour.
I think sweating every day has helped. And plus, again,
vitamin D.
No beer, vitamin D. No beers during the season. Just trying to live right in my book. Yeah. Going to bed, getting up, seriously.
Yeah. When do you rest? When's the off season?
You had that April and May sometimes is off.
Okay.
And people think, here's a little secret. Wait, I shouldn't say this. Everybody says I'm so busy. I'm not that busy. I just get up. I do a clinic, 2 practices a day. I schedule all my stuff out. I do drive during the season. Sometimes I have to drive 4 or 5 hours that day. But this is what I'm doing. I'm knocking down. I'm working out every day. I'm getting paid to work out. Try to make your kid better at wrestling, better at life. And I got my whole summer set. Yeah. So it's not hard. I mean, it's hard if I make it hard, if I don't like it. Yeah. I mean, this is like a vacation to me right now. Yeah. It really is. Yeah, that's awesome. I get a big kick out of it. I love meeting new people. I love meeting you. So I'm being serious. I'm not being fake.
I appreciate it. Yeah, I know. Yeah. I know.
I've got Justin Rosen, I got my man Brian Wunsch, I've got Frank Papalese, I got guys all over the nation where I can just go ding dong, hey, I'm here. Oh, Krause, hey, come on in.
Yeah, you're spending the night with Rosen.
Yeah, right. And it's awesome. It's so comfortable. It's like, whatever, dude, what's up? Yeah. Yeah. Some people want me to spend the night at their house, and I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, hold on, bro.
I'm gonna cheat over the hotel. I want to be Mike Krause. I want to be Coach Krause all day long.
Oh man.
You know?
Yeah. What? Maybe it's a sales pitch, but probably I just need your coaching pitch. Wong and Marty decide to have a kid, and he or she grows up to be around 6, and they're thinking about wrestling.
Thinking about it, yeah.
So I go, hey, coach, dude, tell my kid that they need to wrestle.
Yeah, you should try it. I mean, here's the deal. You can go as hard as you want at wrestling or just go for the fun aspect, you know? I mean, and I think all girls should wrestle. I think all girls should do jiu-jitsu too, in case something goes down. You know, you can snap that dude's arm. I'm just saying like it is. I have 2 daughters, so I couldn't convince them to do wrestling or jiu-jitsu, so I'm like, But wrestling, it truly is. I mean, I don't believe in fighting, but sometimes you got to fight if it goes down.
Right.
And Lord help the guy that picks on me that they can't wrestle. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I mean, that's serious. I mean, so I mean, and I think all police officers should learn how to wrestle. You know what I'm saying? That's a huge thing, controlling somebody. But if you're telling me little Johnny 6, he wants to try it, and again, I've seen all personalities. I've seen little kids that don't even want to do a darn thing at the beginning, you know? And that's kind of, oh boy, maybe this sport's not for you. Yeah. But I still work with them. But if your kid's hyperactive or if he, has extra energy, get him into wrestling. I fell in love with it the first day, even though I hated it. I just loved it. I loved to fight. I loved well, maybe that too, but I like I love someone's trying to take me down. Someone's trying to beat me.
Competition.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. And this is a purest form. You know, it's my body versus your body, my mind versus your mind. So maybe the kid loves it. Maybe he does it for 3 years and hates it, but he's gonna get something out of it, even though he didn't like it. Right. He's gonna. Some of the best people I know wrestled in middle school, and that's it. And they rave about what they got out of wrestling for just doing in middle school. Yeah. So it's hard.
That's an amazing point. You talk about law enforcement. The few law enforcement podcasts that we have done. Yep. Every one of them have wrestled, whether it's in high school or collegiately or even younger.
They have to.
They've wrestled.
Yeah. Yeah. It should be a prerequisite. Yeah. 3 years of wrestling training.
One of them has actually changed their life into the way he thinks, the way he performs at the National Guard and Highway Patrol.
Were these guys by chance
OHP?
OS? No, they wrestled at OS. No, did they wrestle for OCO? OCO? Oklahoma, the D2 college right here.
OCU?
OCU, yeah.
No, I'm sorry, Kansas.
Oh, it's Kansas.
Yeah, okay. It's somewhere in Kansas. Right, Hutchinson or something like liberal, I can't remember.
Okay, I got you. All right. Well, they should. It's a life skill. Yeah. You know?
Speaking of OCU, you know the coach there? Coach Hayes and Winkle?
Oh, yeah, no, Hayes. Yeah. Hayes. Yeah. What's up, Hayes? I've done a bunch of stuff with Hayes. Yeah. Now let's talk about him real quickly. He's the only guy that I know has been on the top level of folk style, freestyle, and Greco. Clap it up for Hayes.
So can you look in that camera and tell Coach Hayes he needs to come on our show?
Hayes, get out here, man. Get back.
There's an invitation, Coach.
He's a character. I think Coach Hayes is a character. He really is. His dad and his uncle are twins. They're characters. Wow. I knew them back when I was at Cliff Keen. I used to go to all the club finals. They were club coaches. Yeah. They're like a comedy show. They really cool. are. He knows it too. Hayes knows what I'm talking about. They're funny dudes. Excellent wrestlers. That's both awesome. Olympians too, I think. Wow. Yeah. So it runs in Hayes' blood. Okay. Yeah. Man, that's awesome. It's killer.
What do you think in the next 5 to 7 years, if you don't do it, you're going to regret?
Well, I'll let the cat out of the bag. I'm doing a podcast too, and during my podcast, I'm going to blow up my. It's going to be a pay to see site. Here's the deal: it's only $135 for the whole year, but what you get is a huge Adidas discount. So if you buy one pair of shoes, it's going to knock off like $60. Wow! And what I'm going to do is I'm going to have guys like, and I'm not sure. Should I let the names out of the bag right now?
Do it.
I've got Jeff Buxton on board. I've got Colin Palmer on board. I've got Mike Kozicki on board, 2 Ohio standout youth coaches, and Buxton is probably the most renowned youth coach there is. Yeah. Sons of Buxton. He's from over in New York. You're not just going to get technique videos. You're going to be able to watch full practices. That's awesome. And those are invaluable. Yeah. I'm convinced you get more out of watching a coach than go, hi, I'm Mike Krause, and this is a double leg takedown. Yeah, we'll give it a rip. Everyone's got that down. Everyone can do that. I want to have a camera follow these guys around. So if you're a youth coach or a youth wrestler, this site's going to be for you. And here's the deal. And I don't know if I can explain this well, but each state's going to have like 1 or 2 areas that are going to be next level sites. I'm going to send high-level guys, once I build this up enough, to come to those 2 areas and do like little $20 clinics for the whole days, like little low cost, because I got to pay these guys too.
Yeah.
And I'll pay them whatever they don't make. And I'm going to build a next level army where if you're in my next level army, it's $135 a month, but your shoes alone are going to knock off a bunch, and these clinics alone are going to knock off a bunch. It's basically going to be like a free site. If the money is going to kill you, but the actual content is going to be invaluable. I'm going to do total one-on-one talking to the camera videos for kids. It's all for kids and for coaches. Yeah. Youth oriented totally. And if you're a part of this, every 3 months I send a new high-level guy come to do a clinic for you. So I'm constantly sending you clinicians. So every every three months you get a new clinic. Yeah. So it's like you're part of this army and you're getting fed clinicians. I'm gonna, it really is going to be an amazing thing. And if I build it enough, I'm going to do stuff like I'm just going to help everybody out, man. Seriously, like who needs new mats? We're going to do raffles. I mean, it's going to be like it's going to be bigger than I think it's going to be. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm doing. I'm dreaming bigger than I ever imagined.
You should.
Yeah, right, exactly.
You should.
Yeah.
You should never dream small.
No, I'm dreaming big, man.
Hit those home runs all the time.
I'm going to play guitar too. I'm going to jam guitar on my podcast.
Dang.
But yeah, it's going to be big. It's going to be big. Next level army. It's coming soon.
Oh man, that's actually really awesome. That's exciting.
Yep. I love it.
Man,
be a part of it. Yeah.
Well, you heard it here first.
This is first. Yeah, next level army is coming.
Man.
Yeah, so I'm fired up. And a lot of people always say, Krause, you should coach. I do coaching clinics, and again, my stuff's pretty. I have a ton of. I'm totally different. I mean, my whole practice is you can call it a skit, you can call it what you will, but it's all mapped out, and I just roll with how the kids react to it, So the whole thing, I've got certain things I do during the practice that all go together. So when I have a coach, when I go to a clinic and coach goes, I want the kids up, no, I have to. It's the whole thing goes together.
Yeah.
From the clapping to the this to the that to the callbacks to I stop them, and so it's all inclusive. I got it. So and when I have my next level army, I'm going to have these coaches that want to do it. They have to at least follow those rules. Like certain things you can do of course your own personality, but it's going to be a certain format you follow because I really truly believe it's the way to do it.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen some pretty bad practices.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I'm sure you've seen some pretty bad soccer practices. Like, what's going on here? Oh, we're just practicing. We're just doing our own thing.
Yeah.
Doing our own thing.
Right.
All right. Man. So I'm fired up, man. I really am. My web lady's making it right now. She's making it. She's integrating it. It's gonna be turned into Facebook. So it's gonna be like really right there in front of your face. You gotta get on it. You gotta have an access code or whatever.
Yeah.
But I'm fired up, man.
That's awesome. Yep. We can send this video to your web person. You guys can have it and do whatever you want with it too.
Perfect. We'll send it all out. I'll ship it out to everybody.
Yeah. Man.
Yeah.
Whew. I feel like I just need to go run.
Let's do it. I just did those 2 workouts, but I'll be hurting tomorrow. My legs are shaking. My little quads are burning. I'm like,
Where's your next stop?
Texas. Give him a shout out. Ray Bunker. He's over at Wesleyan. He's a coach at Wesleyan College. I think it's Texas Wesleyan. I got to do a video for him actually personally, but that's tomorrow night. Starts tomorrow night.
Wow.
And I had this day off because I figured Texas was, in my brain, it's always like 12 hours away from everything you're at.
Yeah.
It's only 3 hours away.
Yeah. Fort Worth?
Do that, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Do that in my sleep. I mean, put an autopilot. Wake up in Fort Worth.
A Tesla truck. But yours is a Lincoln.
No, yeah, it's not a Tesla, no. Yeah. I crash. I thought I was on autopilot. It's right next door, so I'm fired up.
That's awesome.
And then after that, I'm going to hang around with Mike Moore and do some jiu-jitsu stuff.
Yeah.
I love coaching jiu-jitsu guys.
Yeah.
They're so respectful. Thank you for showing me that single leg. Yeah. But their wrestling is so different. So I'm doing a grown man jiu-jitsu practice, and I'm still going to give them the youth clinic.
Yeah.
They love it.
Good.
I do. I don't let up.
No, you should.
Not me. Bull crap push-ups.
Love it.
Yeah.
We need more of that, actually. Yeah.
One thing I do too when I give the kids push-ups, I make them all say, "Thanks, coach. Thanks, coach. Thanks, coach." So at the end of practice, my push-ups are like, "Thanks, coach," and they hate saying it, but they got to thank me for giving them hard work. I teach them the relationship we should have, and I'm like, "Just do my job. You're welcome."
Oh man,
it really is comical. I mean, I'm laughing inside the whole clinic pretty much until someone rolls their eyes at me, but it's so funny how it all just flows together, and I'm like, "That was great." They're like, "Jeff, fun?" Like, I think so.
Oh man, I love it.
Yeah, it's funny.
It reminds me of my coaching days when I was coaching soccer. When guys would be late, they would get one warning. Next time you need to jog.
Yeah.
Practice. I mean, for the car.
Yeah, that's a staple of my life.
Yeah.
I tell them if you're late to something, at least come in like you know you're late.
Yeah.
Don't come in sauntering with a bag of McDonald's in your hand.
Yeah.
Like, where you been?
Right.
McDonald's?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, show some effort.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sorry, I'm late. Sorry.
Yeah.
That's all I want to see. Yeah, I'm not like, you're late. I'm not a jerk about it. You're late. I get it. People are late sometimes.
Yep. Yeah. Practice starts at 5:30. Yeah. It doesn't mean you show up to the field at 5:30. Put your shin guards on, your shoes. Oh my God. Shoot the last Instagram message. Whatever, man.
That's nothing. Kids can't put their wrestling shoes on for themselves typically when they're little kids because they're hard to lace up. Uh-huh. So they sit down. Their parents got to put their shoes on for them. And I'm like, hey, if you know you're going to be late, put your shoes on in the car on the way here. Hello. Yeah. Mr. Logic here. Mr. Crazy Guy. That's logic to me.
Logic? Yeah. Crazy? Yeah. Intense? Right. Energy?
Right.
Man.
Right.
I love it. How do you want to be remembered, Coach?
I remembered as the guy, the youth coach that changed how you coach all youth sports. Because I'm actually going to get into just things like all my callback stuff. Like football kids eat that up. Like I'll do wrestling talks to football players to get them to wrestle, and they got and as simple as it is, you want a big clap, you want a big clap, 2 big claps, and I was like, give me tough out there. They're like tough. They're already programmed. That's part of their culture, Yeah. In wrestling, sometimes it is, but football guys have it down. But I really truly think stuff like when I'm coaching a practice. One of the things I do, I'll freeze them in the beginning. Freeze. And when I say freeze, I'll go, Arr! It's kind of funny. And I'll say, all right, when I say time, bring it in, I'm going to talk softly. If anyone hears me say time, bring it in, it's your job to yell, hustle up, take a knee. You are now my assistant coach. And when you hear that kid yell it, you yell it. So I make them all my assistant coaches, and I'll say really quiet, time, bring it in. He'll go, he said, bring it in. And they're all like, and it's a race. They got to run as fast as they can to the circle. So football guys can use that. Bring it in. Just have your kids yell at each other. Mm-hmm. After you yell a command, right? Because it makes them all leaders, Yeah. So these simple things that I do can go to transcend to any sport. Really, I'm not sure baseball, but put your glove down. Put your glove down. No, no. But it's a little more calm of a sport. But more intense sports can use all this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like things 100%. I do. Yeah, and so maybe 100%. I'm going to do a video or a DVD or something like, hey, this is youth coaching tips by Coach Krause. Take it if you want it. Tell me I'm totally wrong or try it out. Or just have me do a football practice. I can do one of those.
There you go.
Watch this. Yeah. One of the craziest things ever happens when I do something at this club and they're like, "Oh my God, I never knew the kids could be like this." I'm like, "That's what you got to do. You got to coach them,
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess it's a compliment, but it's also like, that's what you got to do, buddy.
Yeah. There's a lot of detail in this conversation, actually. Lots of detail.
All right. I just keep talking.
It's a good stop.
Right.
Good stuff.
Thanks.
I mean, if you're a high competitor and you want to win at life and you just want to win, not step on toes, but if you want to win,
yes,
this is it.
Yeah, totally. That's what we say about high school wrestling. Mm-hmm. Youth wrestling is not about winning. It's about learning learning the sport, learning how to win, and learning how to lose. And when someone told me learn how to lose, I didn't get I don't want to lose, but learn how when you do lose, learn how to hold yourself.
Yeah,
to break it down for you. But high school, we're all about winning. We're gonna win this thing, man. Mm-hmm. We had a guy come in one time, a high level, I'm not gonna say his name, but Olympian. Yeah. And he talked to our Catholic Central team before a big assembly match. Yeah. And he was saying, go out there, do your best. If you win, you win. You lose, you lose. We're like, what? We're like,
what does that mean?
We're like, God, we don't want to hear that. Hey, here's the story. We're gonna win this thing. Who's with me? Let's go. Let's make it in. We're like, that was the worst speech ever.
You win.
This isn't youth wrestling.
No.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
That's funny.
100%.
Last 2 questions for you.
What you got?
How do people get in touch with you?
Okay.
Instagram or social media, email.
Well, my website's got a contact on it. That's just bringitwrestling.com, bringitwrestling.com, or actually Mike Krause Wrestling works too, KRAUSC. Or my email, nextlevelwrestling@hotmail.com, is NXT LVL wrestling@hotmail.com, no E's. And if I'd have known how hard that was to say that about 15 years ago when I made it up, I would have said something different,
Actually, it stands out.
NXT, but that's it. Pretty much it. You can text me too. I think my phone number is online too, so you text me.
We'll drop all those in the show notes for you, Coach.
Drop it. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah.
Last question.
What you got?
Look in the camera. Coach Krause, do you approve this podcast?
I approve this podcast. Wong, you're killing it, dude.
Thanks, Coach. My name is Wong Lam, and I definitely approve this podcast.
I approve of this podcast.
Brought to you by Freedom.
Freedom on 3. 1, 2, 3. Freedom!
That's good.
Yeah, that's funny stuff.
Oh, man.